Awesome choir. Thank you so much. Welcome, guys. So we've been doing a series on how to take simple, easy steps toward moving into Christ in consciousness, awareness, right? So the first week, I outlined to you, basically defined what it is that we need to nurture. We need to immerse into something that feeds it, and we also need to express it through our safety, survival, pleasure, and joy. And I know that you have this down pat inside you, right? You've been working on it, and it's fabulous. Okay, great. Then David did a fabulous service on commitment. I thought it was amazing. Did everybody follow that one? That commitment is not to limit. Commitment colors our world. I love that. That's beautiful. If you didn't hear it, you need to hear that one too. And then Pat did meditation last week. Beautiful, and he took us pretty deep on that one, but took us to simple steps. Beautiful understanding of going within and the power of going within, that it opens up all the avenues that we need to see heaven on earth and to see the Christ in this world. Got it? It's been fun, hasn't it? All right, so easy things to do. We do them, we live our life, we're so spiritual, we're so free, and yet why are we still unhappy? So we're going to talk about that today, and everything that I'm going to say today, you will think of people you know that this relates to. And you'll say, I know somebody like that. Yes, I do. The reality is, this is a condition that we all have. We all do it. And we do it so quickly, so subconsciously, so venomously sometimes, that we're not even aware of it. So the title of our service is Judgment Creates Form. So this is what we're talking about. It will surprise you, but everything that in your life that is not working for you, you have a judgment about. It's not the good and the bad. If it is not working for you, there is a judgment somewhere hidden under there. Okay? Anybody wiggling yet? Okay. No, but you thought of somebody, didn't you? I know somebody that's like that. Yeah, I do. Okay. They can't see it, but I can. That's true. So, something within you is calling forth these difficult experiences for you. And it's calling it forth because something within the experience you have judgment around. When you look at the dictionary, judgment is really about taking something, analyzing it, deciding it, and then making a unmovable opinion about it. Judgment is unmovable. It's not like, and we're still thinking on it. We'll address that later. No, it's like, boom, done. That's what creates the form in it. It's a position of, I know that, boom, it is. It's in this box now. With me? So, metaphysically, we know that when we wrap something in our opinion and we don't allow for growth or movement, that is when we are judging, and we attach to that which we have wrapped. Do you understand? Someone might offend you, might say something. I offend everybody. Maybe. But if you wrap that moment in time where I said something to you that was not to your liking, and you call it, do you think you will ever have peace with me again? No, you won't. Do you think you'll draw more people that are like me and offend you? Yes, you will, because you've locked into form, energy, around an idea that creates your reality. How simple is this? How simple is this? Okay. So, vibrationally, we know a thought about a person or thing. We place our opinions on it. We seek to mold them, perhaps, to our new expectations. Is this judgment? We attach to whether they perform or not. Is this judgment? And we could say, we could watch somebody, a friend of ours, doing something interesting, and we could say, I would never do it that way, blah, 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 they should. You know what I'm saying? And we are attaching to them now behaving in a way that makes sense to us. All right. Do we know what they're going through? Do we know why they're having that experience? They may have worked very long and hard to create that experience. That may be the apex of learning a lesson for them. Yet we superimpose our beliefs onto them, and we judge them as possibly not a good person, possibly not very smart, possibly. Sometimes someone might say, she is such a terrible person. Have you ever heard anybody say that about people? Have you? No, I'm not going there. So, she's such a terrible person. So, she's selfish, she's mean, and she's bad in every single way. We don't know what she did. We don't know who she is. We know that whoever is speaking it doesn't resonate with her. That's all we know. Whoever is calling her terrible does not resonate with her. That's all we know. But because the speaker is now judging her, she creates a need to have the person in her life. Creates a need to have people in her life that resonates with her, just like the person she judges. Simple terms, she will draw more people to judge. She'll draw more terrible people in her world because that's what she believes she needs to deal with. Terrible people that are selfish, selfish, selfish. You with me? Can you see how your judgments create a form that magnetize in your world and create repetition? Okay. Your magic. So, even if her friend that she has judged as terrible, mean, and all those bad things, even if her friend grows in consciousness and frees herself, there will be another friend that takes her place in the speaker's life because the speaker has not changed. Okay? I need to judge that. Through judging, you are attaching yourself to the situation, the thing, and you're asking for more. Metaphysically, what I teach to do is, if I see someone doing something and, I'm called to have an opinion, I always say, I wouldn't script that for you. But you're going through it, so I know you know how to handle it. Do you see the difference? I have no idea what your answer is. I don't have your answers. But I know you can do it. Or I know that person's still a child of God or whatever. So what we want to do is, instead of participate in the judging, we want to step back and say, is that really a part of my world? Is that a part of my world? And not get off our track. How often do we get off our path to go because we've judged somebody as either weaker than us or not capable or whatever? We're judging whatever. We get off of our path to get in their issue, and we provide zero value. Other than love, if we can remember to love, because we don't know what they're doing. Is everybody with me? Okay. I know, remember, this is a simple service. When Wayne Dyer was speaking, he said one thing that I've never forgotten, and I loved it. And I like Wayne. He's obviously on the other side at this point. Do y'all know Wayne Dyer? Okay. He said, people will go shopping, and I've said this many times. They'll go shopping, let's say at the mall, they're looking for furniture or whatever, and they're walking by and go, oh my God, that's the ugliest lamp I've ever seen. Oh my God, ugh. And they keep going, and they're talking about the ugly things. Oh my God, ugly. He said, you're literally ordering the ugly lamp, and you're literally ordering the ugly thing, because you are attaching to needing to have an opinion about it. Do you understand? So you're literally creating a form that will draw it to you, instead of shopping and going, oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, look at that. And seeing the beautiful things. Do you see the difference? And it's just a difference of perspective. So why do we think that we need to judge? That's our deep inner question we shall be answering. But the first thing that we want to do is we want to recognize when we are judging and begin to release without opinion. Even if you find yourself going, well, wait. I really don't want an opinion because I don't want to get involved in that soup. That is not my soup. I want to pull back. I do not want to get involved. So recognize and then release without opinion. Your opinion attaches you, okay? Learn to stand in your own truth, what is true for you. So I had a conversation with someone this week, and I know nothing other than the conversation, so y'all please forgive me for not being educated in the ways of the world. But there was a conversation about someone somewhere in our government who wants to repeal the right of women to vote. And have y'all heard it? They're proposing this, that women, someone has heard it, so it's not just us. So they want to repeal the right for women to vote. And so my friend was saying, that's just, we need to stand up and fight it. And I'm like, do we? Do we? Because in my world, women will always have equal rights to men. In my reality, that's where we live. In my world, we will have equal rights. So I'm not going to worry about the consciousness of the male who's proposing this. Because if I went into his consciousness, I would not be happy. And I wouldn't understand it. And it would make no sense. Why am I going to go there? But as I choose to recognize without opinion and to stay in my truth, I set up a vibration that goes out to affect the whole. Not that I want to control the whole, but I set up the vibration of, in my reality, girls, we're equal. Yay. Got it? Do you see the shift? Now, most of us on an ego level, ladies, if someone came in here and said, we're going to take your vote away, we'd all be like, no, you're not. But it will never come to that if we just hold what we believe to be true. You don't have to come to conflict. Hold your energy. That's the power of using your light to create what you want and without judging the activity of those around you. Is this crystal clear? Okay. So recognize the energy is not a part of our reality. Recognize your truth. Recognize your truth. I know my truth. I know what is true for me, and I don't need to get off my path for you. So, do we have to accept others? Do we have to accept that person, individual, who is a God child, whoever believes whatever they believe? Do we have to accept them? No, we don't. We have to accept our truth. We have to learn to accept ourselves. If we accept ourselves and we view everybody as brethren, we don't need to even have an opinion of them. I don't need to know what they're doing, because if I accept them, I got to know what they're doing. I don't want to know what they're doing. Are you guys with me? If I can accept myself, if I can accept my truth and me, then I am good with my brothers and sisters. Let them be. I'm good with them. And that's a struggle that a lot of us work with. Well, does that mean I have to say it's okay? No, you don't have to say anything about their world at all, because it's not your world. It's not your world. I would not have scripted that in my world. Got it? But everything we judge, we bind to us. So we don't need to accept their truth. We don't need to judge their truth. They're in their reality dealing with and healing their stuff. You are in your reality dealing and healing with your stuff. So I wanted to share with you a scripture in the Aquarian. I'm just going to put you down there. Boom. Fun so far. Well, I was going to share with you a scripture, and I swore I had it marked. Here it is, right here. Here it is. It's one of my faves, because it's one of the hardest ones to do. Jesus is teaching Sermon on the Mount, and he's teaching the Lord's Prayer. And he says, the forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors part. This is what he says. If you would be discharged from all of the debts that you yourself owe to God and man, the debts that you have incurred by willfully transgressing the law. You willfully did something, to harm someone, to have an opinion, to be mean, to be blah, 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 to be unaccepting, to be unloving. You willfully did it. If you want to be forgiven for what you have willfully done, you must pass by the debts of every man. For as you deal with other men, your God will deal with you. Pass by the debts. When I was working with this, there was, how we always, some of us have someone in our world that tends to know how to make us upset. Just tends to know how to get under there and do something, and you're like, oh my God, I love you, but don't do that again. And you get upset about it. So many years ago when I was really working with this hard, I had someone in my world, they're gone now, but I love them dearly. But there was just a way about the relationship. And I was just saying, God, what am I supposed to do? And pass by the debts. I would hear very calmly. I don't have to school them. I don't have to show them where they're screwing up, because they were intimate. They were working in the church. They were affecting people. I don't have to tell them what they're doing wrong. Pass by the debts. And every time I could do that, Father, you have this situation. You will heal this situation. I did not create this situation. Everybody that's participating is participating by divine right. They will all figure it out. They're your children. I love them all. I'm going to release it to you. Every time I got freer. Every time. And every time, guess what happened to the situation? It resolved. Because everybody loved everybody. It resolved. But if I had gotten involved with my little judgment self, because I was judging, I'm sorry to say. Like, oh my God, I need you to do it a different way. I needed you to comply, blah, blah, blah. Let it go. You see? Every time we can let that opinion of another release, we create space for the movement of God. So pass by the debts of others. Does that help you guys? So when you really want to judge someone hard, take a moment and stop and think about it. Do I really want to attach to the box I'm building for this situation? Because my energy will be continually investing in it. Or do I want to go, well, that's not mine. Good luck with it. I know that God will make everything right, including whatever's happening. There will be nothing wrong will happen. Got it? That make sense? Okay. So pass by. You don't need to tell them how to make it better. We don't need to teach them. Do you want to be their teacher until they become what you think they need to be? If you choose that you want to be their teacher until they become what you think they need to be, guess how many lifetimes you'll have with them? More than you ever want. More than you ever want. So, so we're going to flip just a second. And judging can be a good thing. You can judge good things. Like, I judge this. I judge that these vitamins are good for me, and I shall continue to take them daily and religiously and blah, 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 blah. But it's still a judgment. I have an opinion. I've attached to the form. How much movement is in that judgment? None. 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 But I'm still judging, and it's for my good. Maybe I need to do that to make me take the vitamins. Just be aware what you're doing. Be aware what you're doing. I might desire to take the vitamins for as long as I'm guided to, as long as they serve me. I've got some movement. Y'all getting it? But we judge a lot. So I know you're going to ask why, so I'm telling you why. We are studying in our seminary program or our higher educational program the New Testament. And I'll just give you 1 Corinthians because that's what we did yesterday. Paul is writing a letter to the Corinthians, and he's saying, oh, you guys are great. You need to love one another. We're all under the Christ light. We are all one home of love. We're many teachers, but we're under the Christ light. And then we go along. He talks about love, and it's beautiful. And then we go along, and then we're in another chapter, same book. And he goes, hey, you know what? If your brother in your church isn't doing the laws, you need to judge him. You need to shun him. You need to admonish him. And you need to be active in this. But somebody outside of our group, you don't need to judge. You don't need to judge them. But you got to judge the people that are in your group. You got it? That's written there. That's why Christendom's the way it is, by the way. That's why there's judging is fully allowed in Christendom. His intention was to create a group of people that could hold a common belief, and they judged each other in order to do it. Like, you're now shunned, but you don't leave the group because you want to stay. Do you see what I'm saying? Do we do that to our groups? Do we have our groups and we go, oh, so-and-so's not playing by the rules? Somebody needs to talk to him. Has anybody ever come to you and say, you got to talk to so-and-so? They do that to us, me and Pat, all the time. Do it to me more than him, probably. Oh, you got to talk to so-and-so. Like, no, you got to go talk to him. You got an issue? You go talk to him. I'm not talking to him. Talk to God about him. Do you see? We do that to our groups. Don't we do it to our family groups? I have a right to judge you. You're my family. And if I judge you and I got everybody tucked up under these laws that we've created for our existence, then we will survive and we will thrive because we are united. Yeah, did Jesus say that? No. Jesus said, love each other. Forgive. How many times did he say forgive? How many times did he say forgive? But we do it because we think it's going to make us stronger. But the reality is, by divine right, the vibration of those early Christians who lived in love and served the Christ light and wanted to do good, their vibration would have created a solidification that would not have allowed them to dissolve. They would have grown and they would have stayed strong in that vibration. By the right of vibration, the people who wanted to participate in love would have come. The people who needed to judge somebody else would have left. You understand? So, but Paul, in his human nature, was saying, I know how to make this work. This is how we're going to make it work. We're going to make rules, and there's a lot of rules. We're going to make some rules, and we're going to be kind of contradictory about it. So, I don't know. Read it yourself. You'll see what I'm saying. All right. So, when we judge someone to hold them accountable for the group, if you have a group that's built on that way, that's fine. I don't care. Like if it's a sports team, they're accountable, dude. They can't just be lollygagging, drinking champagne at where they're supposed to be working. But there's an agreement that's done beforehand, understand? There's a group agreement, we're all in, we're all going to do this, this is what we're all going to do, boom, choom. And then if you're not going to do it, you need to head out. But for most of us, and that's not a judgment, that's an agreement. Do you understand? But we've taken it into that other space where we judge. And we judge a lot. So, trying to shore up the sides through judgment never works. Vibration works. Consciousness works. Collective vibration, everybody will draw to them what they are expressing, and they will draw the people who vibrate with the expansion or with the limitation. All right. So, love draws people who love, and vibration seeks like kind. And then, can you hand me that big Bible? Since we quoted Paul, let's just quote a little Jesus here. This is Matthew 7. Judge not, that ye may not be judged. For with the same judgment you judge, you will be judged, and the same measure with which you measure, it will be measured unto you. You are creating your reality. Judge not, or you will live with that judgment. You will live with the reaction of it. You'll live with it in your world. And normally, eventually, you will judge yourself for it. However you judge your fellow man, you will judge you. Judge not. Let there be flow between you. See the good in others. Be the love vibration. Thank you. All right. It's very funny. In counseling, when you all come and we do counseling, you can tell me anything. I do not care what it is. We're prayed up, we're lifted up, the Christ is there. I have never felt judgment against anyone for anything they've said in counseling. It's like, oh, okay, and we're working with their soul and their Christ. We're trying to figure out what would help them, what would be beneficial. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like such a beautiful space. There's no judgment. Some people who are not metaphysical, because I do counsel a lot of non-metaphysical people, they go, at the end, I was glad to just speak it and not be judged. It's like, well, of course. That's my job, to hear your soul. Metaphysical, of course, we expect that. But I will tell you another part of Cindy. There is still the human girl running around, free. So, you could tell me something in counseling, I'd be just, let's work with it. What do we need to do? How are you feeling? Let's work with healing it, okay? Your best friend in the church could tell me in gossip language the same story about you that I don't know. You haven't told me yet. I have no reference for it. Maybe I'm not counseling you. If I'm counseling you, I kind of have a reference. I'm not counseling you. I don't know your. They tell me a crazy story about the chandelier you were swinging from and drinking and partying, and it's like, and I go, my human self goes, what? The chandelier? How'd they do that? Wow, they've got a wild nature and blah, blah, whatever. I might say anything. I won't say they're bad, but, but would my Christ nature say that? My Christ nature would say, they must have needed to explore the chandelier. They must have needed to be free that day. Why are you mad at them? Why is that upsetting you? You know what I'm saying? Our human responds, especially when it's presented as gossip. ooh, you got to hear this about so-and-so. That means it's already wrapped in judgment. And they want you to respond to them in like kind. It's gossip about so-and-so, and you need to respond in like kind. And if you don't, they don't like it, and they won't tell you anymore. But you're hearing me. We have to catch that human part of us that would go into, because you don't know the deepest and darkest of people. You don't know why they say what they do or what they do. But I guarantee you can trust that their higher self was fully present when it happened. It may have been observing their human nature, have a good time, but they know what they do and what they choose. Trust that they're children of God and they're living their life the way they need to, and it's okay. It's not your, how many chandeliers have you been dangling from? Yeah, it's not your path. 0. Not your path. You don't even have any understanding what it's about. So, no judgment. But do you see the difference between when it's presented to you expecting judgment, do not we automatically want to comply? Instead of pulling back and saying, oh, well, that they're still a child of God. See? If we were judged by our mistakes as negative or less than, we would all walk around as less than. Because we've made a gazillion of them in our lifetimes, but they're designed to help us grow. They're perfect for us. So, all right. When the emphasis on judging someone becomes stronger than their love for you, this is when things start to break down. The love has to stay the strongest. All right. I can give you some real quick, easy steps. Well, let me finish this, and maybe you already had. Y'all have enough easy steps. I'll share this with you. When we Christ, our eyes are on the spiritual energy in the world around us, and we can call forth from that consciousness what we want. We don't need to correct others, and we don't need to mind their energies. We need to mind our own. In every near-death experience that I have heard about, the person who crosses over is not met by a judgment team. They are met with love. And they may have a life review. And as they watch their life review, nobody says, do you see that? No one says that. They see it. Oh, crap, what did I do there? Okay. We are the judges of our own behavior. We see when we step out of love. We see when we step into ego. We see when we step into harming someone. Oh, crap. And we get to see the energy that the harm created. We literally watch the movie of our lives, and we say that we said a negative thing to them, and they went home and cried, and then that created a problem with their work and their family. Oh, I did that? Yeah. We get to see all of it, all the repercussions of our behavior. And then we're the ones that say, put me back in. Put me back in, coach. I'll do better next time. I will love next time. That's what we do. But there's no judgment bar. There's only the recognition and realization, which is what we want to do here and now. We want to recognize when we're in that space and then realize an alternative. What really is true here and what is true of me? Where is my truth in this? Where is my truth? We have to let our truth grow and evolve. It has to become, what is true for me today is fabulous and amazing. It's going to be better tomorrow and clearer tomorrow and clearer tomorrow. And I, in the middle of my truth, am getting better, clearer, brighter, more lovable, more perfectly me. As I evolve the truth I am, I'm evolving me. Guys got that? Okay. So, we don't need to judge. Every time you judge, you're ordering something. Universe! I've heard people go, that was just stupid. Universe, serve me up some more stupid, please. I'd like to experience more of that. You could say about something positive, too. Ordering up some positive, but it's still in form that will not move. Okay. They said something that was really beautiful. I wanted to not lose it. But I think I've lost it. Anyway, I guess I don't need to say it. Very quickly, realize that we are all judging. We're all judgy. Do you know that? Okay. When When someone says no to everything, we know people like that. Do you? No. Do you? No. I didn't even, no. Yes? They're judging that the experience will not keep them safe. They're judging that they will not understand the experience. Perhaps they're living in fear. But they are prejudging. They're judging. If someone has to be right all the time, we all know people like that. Never us, however. But we're judging people as maybe they need to be less than me so I can feel powerful. Yep. I'm going to make sure I get one thing in that makes me right. I don't care how right you are, but I need one thing. And that'll make me feel really powerful, and I need that. So I'm keeping that form going. There are people who are hopeless. Hopeless. We've been there. When we are hopeless, we are judging the world as being not loving to us. We are judging and we're holding. That's why when you're in a hopeless state, it's hard to get out of, isn't it? Because hopeless is based on judgment. I am judging that the world is bigger and more powerful and I'm not powerful enough and I don't belong and blah, blah, blah. Do anybody know anybody trying to get out of hopeless? It's hard because there's no movement in it. So anyone who repeats the same perception of self and life that limits their expression of God is living and breathing and swimming in judgment. Anytime you're living the repetitive energy, same perception, and limits your God expression, you have a bunch of judgments you're swimming with. So, we all judge into form all of the experiences that we curse the world for creating. Ooh, isn't that fun? Anything that we curse the world for creating, we are living in the judgment of that experience. And it will reflect somewhere. Pass by the sins of others, keep your eye on spirit, vibrate your love and truth, and allow your divinity to express fully. And then you will live by choice and not judgment. I am choosing this. There's movement in this. I'm choosing this today. I may not choose it tomorrow. You understand? I am not judging into form. All right. Say, I got it. Put your feet on the floor and let's take a breath. Easy steps to Christ of consciousness. Easy steps. Father, Mother God, we ask that your infinite love and light just engulf us. And I ask that each one feel a beautiful calm of light coming over you. Just breathe it in. Let it be whatever color it needs to be. Let it flood through your body, your heart, your mind. Feel the love of Jesus Christ stepping forward, calling you brother, calling you sister. And feel that you are so deeply loved. And as you feel his touch, allow to awaken within you a desire to know yourself. And if you can say this, you please do in your heart. You don't have to. I choose to release judgments that have kept me or held me back from knowing myself. I choose to release judgments that have kept me or held me back from knowing self. I choose to know who I am, my truth, my truth. And as you say, you choose to know who you are, feel a light in your heart. Feel the beautiful vibration of the unique spirit, child of God that you are. And just let it flow through your consciousness. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard the wonders God has for you. eye has not seen, ear has not heard the wonders that you are. Feel the beautiful light of the I am in you. I free myself to be. Father, Mother God, I ask that you fill each one with a beautiful love light to the cells, the consciousness, all that they are. And let us know that we know. We are yours, and we choose our world. Feel that beautiful love of the Christ in you. Feel the love of Jesus Christ with you. And gently feel his touch as you gently begin to bring your awareness back into this moment in time. The seat, your feet, I am ready to be me. And I thank you, God. And take a breath. And gently open your eyes. Did you notice they did not take away all your judgments? You get to keep whatever you want. Simple steps. Do you think you can walk this week with some awareness? Catch yourself, recognize, release, recognize, reset. You are the chooser, child. And you can create without binding form so tightly. Say, yay, God. Yay, God. So it is.